Please welcome Jim Mahoney.
When I met Katie, she could not have been more out of my league. She was a Division I scholarship soccer player, an improbable combination of vital athletic intensity and adventurous free spirit. I was, on the other hand, a disaffected, beflanneled mess of a hipster music snob and ironic frat guy, loud at parties but quietly and deeply afraid of the real world. Somehow our paths collided at 3 a.m. at a house party while Linger by the Cranberries warbled on MTV in the background. Since we lived 2 hours apart, we wrote letters, started making long-distance calls. Katie was bold and fearless, and she had planned to move to Hawaii with her best friend after she graduated from college, so she did. And for some unknown reason, she came back 2 months later to be with me. That winter, I took yet another furlough from college, and we moved to Steamboat Springs, Colorado, to finally be together. A few weeks into our ski town reverie, we discovered that our luck included precocious fertility. Sitting up all night on that sad floor mattress, Katie gave me the option to stick with her or go my own way. I may have had a year left of college, $0, and was completely and utterly unfit for even rudimentary adulthood, let alone parenthood, but I wasn't stupid. 2 years later, now with 2 babies, we were still so young, figuring out parenting and marriage and work and freaking Boston and in-laws and how to be good to ourselves and to each other. So on one late September day, baby Tommy was turning 2, and we were having family over for his birthday party. Now, as you know, a baby's hair is unspeakably precious. First, the Benjamin Button baby baldness with spiky tufts of hair, the Kid Churchill look. After about a year, wispy flaxen curls gather like golden tendrils on the neck. Then once the child's hair grows enough to get kind of gnarly, the one parent who can't breastfeed, soothe a crying child, or do much else except a decent Elmo impression, is given just one job on the day of the birthday: get Tommy's hair cut. I pushed the stroller down the bike path into the newly hip neighborhood of Davis Square in Somerville. Trying to pull off the cool young dad out with his toddler look took some work. I tried to strike a balance between a knowing, ironic, I totally meant to have a kid at 22, and I'm wearing red suede Pumas, ask me my opinions about corporate rock radio. Yelpless, I just breezed on into the one barbershop I'd walked by, Alla Brandy's. 6 thick-fingered Italians, all seemingly named Tony, cut hair and bantered amidst decades of yellowed Beantown sports ephemera. These were actual men, swarthy, confident, wearing and wielding the soylent blue aftershave that could fumigate Boston Garden. Up there, son," said the angriest one. I froze as Tommy clambered up into the chair, innocent, trusting. Duh. I'd never been to a barber. My mother cut my hair in the basement in northern New Hampshire my whole childhood. What exactly does a father say here? Kind sir, please know how very much we cherish these trestled locks, and how the duration of their harvest is long like the northern winter. Proceed with the utmost caution. No. Instead, I looked at the crumpled yellow sign above the mirror. Yeah, how about a boy's regular? Tony nodded and reached for his old clippers. Tiny metal blades whirred as he engulfed swaths of hair from my son's neck, toppling in clumps on the tired, tiled floor. Just then, with savage alacrity, he swung the clippers around. Wait, do you use clippers on the front? At Alabrandi's, a boy's regular apparently meant a balcony Caesar, now known as the Mark Zuckerbrow. This haircut called for more forehead. Tony swept the fallen hair into his ratty old dustpan. I rustled $8 from the wallet I got at Chess King in 8th grade and staggered to the cracked city street. As we walked home, I began crafting Chandler Bing-type responses, 1997, hoping to temper the Sicilian-Irish maelstrom I was about to invoke in my young bride. On the bright side, it'll keep his hair out of his eyes for his entire childhood. Oh, it's great. It'll fit right in at Whitey Bulger Elementary. We'll laugh about this someday. That last line stuck with me as I pushed the stroller toward my fate. Would this ever be funny? Would I be kept around long enough for that day? How many of these rapidly piling up unforced errors would it take for her to realize I wasn't up to the job? Leaden with guilt, I turned the corner by the why not variety and knew I had accomplished something large, something ignominious. I felt like Stephen Miller showing up at his high school reunion. Current joke. Katie and her mom saw us from across the street. I think I heard her mom first. A primal laugh/howl that sounded like, ah! Still there. Katie was bouncing baby Molly on her knee. She just stopped and stared. So after some time, Katie did forgive me. Sadly, that was not my last boys regular. We've been married longer than we were alive before we were married. We've grown up together, raising a family, acting as if, still just figuring it all out stage by stage, haircut by haircut. And since we'll be back in the very same neighborhood to celebrate our son graduating from college in a few weeks, not kidding, only a few blocks away, I honestly may pop into Alabrandy's for a trim on the neck. Thank you.